afternoon, everyone. This is Cynthia Gartman with Seniors Blue Book, and we are so excited to be joined today by Connie Buckwalter of the Mennonite Home and Woodcrest Villa. Hi, Connie.
Hello.
So, Connie, tell us a little bit about yourself and about Woodcrest Villa and the Mennonite Home, please.
Sure. I'd be happy to share a little bit about both myself and Mennonite Home Communities. Mennonite Home Communities was founded in 1903, so we've been around quite a long time. And we started out caring primarily for older adults, widows and widowers. And over time, we evolved to provide personal care, skilled nursing, and in the 1990s, we built the Woodcrest Villa campus, which is just hop, skip, and a jump from Mennonite Home on Harrisburg Pike. And Woodcrest Villa we refer to as our independent or residential living campus, and Mennonite Home we call our care campus. And
Awesome.
As for myself, I don't have nearly as rich of a history, but I have been at Woodcrest Villa and Mennonite Home for 10 years. I'm the director of marketing, and I absolutely love working here. I love the people that I work with. I love the people that I work for. I consider what I'm doing more of a calling than a job, really.
Absolutely. So what types of services do you offer at your two different but very close campuses?
Sure. Well, at Woodcrest Villa, as I said, it's for residential living. That's basically for people who are over the age of 60 who want to live in a community setting around other adults around their age who might share similar interests, but then they also have access to a wide range of amenities like a pool, fitness center, walking trails, you name it, we probably have it. And they also have access to the continuum of care that they would find at Mennonite Home. At Mennonite Home, we offer personal care, which is for people who need a little bit of extra assistance with their activities of daily living. Then we offer memory support care. Memory support care is specialized care for people who have memory disorders, including dementia or Alzheimer's. We have rehab care, which is for people who might be recovering from an illness or injury and need a little bit of extra help until they can get back on their feet and live independently again. And then finally, we have skilled nursing care, which is a long-term care option for people who need care that is provided by licensed nursing professionals. Both at Woodcrest Villa and Mennonite Home, we also offer in-house physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech therapy too. So people can get those services without having to get in a car and drive.
That's awesome. So if someone's living there and they need a knee replacement, all the support and everything else that they need as far as therapy is right there where they're located.
You got it.
Absolutely. And then they can also go
and another interesting part, I'm sorry, Cynthia, but another interesting aspect to that is our teams here are dedicated to just the people that are living here. You know, they get to know the residents really well. Physical therapists generally are wonderful people, really caring to do what they do. I should say therapists in general, because there's a lot of different types of therapy available. But it's nice to have an in-house team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And then you were mentioning the pool earlier, like the one, in fact, behind me is, I'm so lucky to be able to be here. So see this beautiful, beautiful pool. So Connie, there's a lot of different choices in retirement living options. How do we begin to understand the differences between all the different types?
Sure, there's a lot of options for people, for sure. The biggest option that people seem to choose and really prefer is going to be no surprise, but it's their own home. It's the home that they've raised their family, that they may have lived in for decades. Sometimes they've built their homes. They have a lot of treasured memories and experiences in these homes, a lot invested emotionally, financially. It's hard to leave your home. It's hard and overwhelming to think about packing up all your stuff and starting somewhere new. So staying in your own home is a big deal, and it's a big preference for people. And so we try to make that move as easy as possible and recognize that it can be a physical, emotional challenge for people. So we hear a lot of, I'm not ready yet. They just want to stay in their own home until they absolutely have to move. Another option that some people have is to move in with their children. If their child or children has an extra room, perhaps they have an in-law quarters, they can live with their children and they can get, if they need care, maybe their child is able to help them with their needs. And that can be a really great experience too for people.
Okay. Okay. So, couldn't I would expect that sometime I would be asked, couldn't I just get help at home? And wouldn't that be a better way of handling that care need?
That is a great option for many people as well. I keep saying that, but there really are a lot of good options, and there's no one right answer for every person. It's a very individualized
Right.
decision. There are wonderful home health and home care agencies out there. We even have residents who choose to use them at Woodcrest Villa.
Mm-hmm.
The issue with some of the home care and home health agencies is while they can take care of some of your needs, they may not meet your socialization needs. So when you move into a personal care community or a skilled nursing community, you get to be around more people. People, there's more opportunities for interaction. There's organized activities. So you don't have to deal with the same level of loneliness that you might if you are just staying in your own home.
Sure, I can
There's
see that for
also,
sure.
yeah, and the rate on a lot of those services seems pretty manageable to people. It's a lot cheaper at first glance than a personal care community. However, those costs can add up over time, and as people's care needs increase, your funds can
Right.
be diminished pretty quickly with that too.
Yeah. So I've heard of 55 plus communities and apartments and things like that. Might that be a good option for some folks?
That is a great option for a lot of people. We actually have a number of people who've moved to Woodcrest Villa from communities like that. So
Okay.
I think in part they might move to Woodcrest Villa because they've already seen how much fun it is to live around adults of a similar age with similar interests.
Right. Right.
Some of those communities also have fabulous clubhouses and they might have pools and some other amenities like fitness centers. They might not have quite as many as we do, and they certainly don't have access to that continuum of care and have people looking out to hook you up with that care should you need it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So the next step I would think is talking about what that life plan community looks like, what it means, and what the benefits of a life plan community are. You were alluding to it just a second ago.
Right. A life plan community like Woodcrest Villa Mennonite Home, and as I mentioned, it's sometimes also called a CCRC. Every industry has its jargon, and we specifically are for people over the age of 60 who want to live around other adults in a community setting. And now you can be as social or antisocial as you want, but they do want to be around others and they want access to those amenities that we have here and the services and the trips and all the opportunities that we have on this campus. They also have the access to the continuing care, personal care, rehab care, skilled nursing, if and when they should need it.
Oh, excellent. So at the end of this video, they're going to have a chance to see your phone number and your email and all of that good stuff. But tell us a little bit about the process of touring right now.
So touring right now is not altogether different than touring pre-COVID. The one big
Okay.
difference is that we do take your temperature, ask you to sign in when you arrive, and we ask you to wear a mask.
Yep.
I always have my mask with me when you are on our campus, when you're interacting with our staff. So you'll be wearing a mask, which you're wearing pretty much anywhere you go these days anyway. So that's one
Yeah.
difference. We are able to tour vacant apartments and villas. So we're able to
Okay.
take you around and you can take a look at things. However, if you're not comfortable with that, we also have online tours, or virtual tours, online, I should say, where you can check
Yeah.
out some of the different types of apartments and villas that we have, as well as some of our amenities, like our pool, our fitness center, our performing arts center, and you can also check out some of our dining venues. Another difference might be that you won't see the community in its full set of vibrancy because we can't have COVID restrictions on organized activities and having large groups and we miss those days when we could bring everybody together for gosh, like we still have some fitness classes, but we can't have them quite
Right.
as big. We would have worship services. We're anxious to get back to those days. So you might not see as many people out and about having fun, but they're just doing it maybe in smaller groups and in different ways.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So, if you're really looking for a full service type community where you can go and swim in this beautiful pool that's behind me, or take those walks, or participate in the fitness programs and things, a life plan community like Woodcrest Villa Mennonite Home might be just the ticket for folks. What's one or two more things that you want to tell us about being inside your community that we should know?
We get a lot of people going back to the I'm not ready yet. We have a lot of people who move in who say they wish they had done it sooner because they just enjoy living here so much.
Yeah.
Realize how much the demands of owning their own home were tying them up and preventing them from doing some of the things that they really enjoy doing. So they 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 enjoy it way more than they envisioned that they would. And they also have peace of mind because they know that if and when they ever need additional care, because that's a completely unpredictable thing, they have access to it.
Absolutely.
And we have social workers here that are looking out for people, making sure that our care campus is aware if they need additional care, and will help with the families with setting all of that up. So there's the peace of mind, there's sheer enjoyment. And another element of the peace of mind would be a community like ours is a nonprofit community, which is an important distinction. A lot of the communities in our area are nonprofit, but not all. Nonprofit community like ours, we have a benevolent care program, and that enables residents who simply outlive their financial resources to continue to have a home with us. So if you move in here when you're 60 and you live to 110 and you've run out of money somewhere in your 80s or 90s, you still have a home at Woodcrest Villa and Mennonite Home.
That's awesome. That is absolutely awesome. Well, Connie, thank you so much for joining us today. And I know that I learned some things about the different types of retirement community options that are out there, and just appreciate you spending some time with us today.
Thank you. It was a pleasure talking with you.
Thanks, everyone. Talk to you later.
Bye.